All right. Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Crypto Somniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. Thank you all for tuning in today. In fact, yesterday I had a new microphone. I got a new microphone here set up with a friend that had helped me, Colin. His dad apparently watches the channel here and put me in connect with his son here in Los Angeles, who helped me set up this mic. Testing it out today for the first time. Apparently, it's the same mic that Joe Rogan uses on his podcast, the Shure SM7. So thank you, Colin, for setting this up. Hopefully today goes well. Yesterday, I actually had the mic switched off, and I was just using the webcam mic. So hopefully today is all right and all is good. So today I want to talk about the top 5 proof-of-stake coins in my eyes, and proof of stake. So proof of stake are coins that allow you to pay them. So they work a little bit differently than proof of work, and it's important to understand, and it's something that can be tough to wrap your head around initially. So I definitely suggest doing some research on just what proof of stake versus proof of work is, just to get an idea of how fundamentally they work and why they're different. But just to give you a little bit of background, proof of work is a token or a coin where you have miners basically mine the coin and transact or basically enable the transaction to happen. They verify all the transactions on the blockchain, and by doing that, they get rewarded. They get a fee or are paid to do that. In proof of stake, that transaction mechanism is moved to the holders of the actual token. So the token holders can actually stake a portion of their coin and help secure the blockchain, and they get paid to do that as opposed to the miners. So they work a little bit differently. And yes, again, with proof of stake, you can actually stake tokens and get rewarded for that. So we're going to talk about my top 5, and they're not going to be in any specific order. I think it's very difficult to rate coins here all in order unless you're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Kind of everything under that is kind of, a guess at this point. But so I'm just going to give you my top 5, and again, they are not in any order. So I'm just going to scroll down this list here, and Neo is the first one that I see here. So Neo is obviously a project that a lot of people have or I've heard about already, and it is in my top 5 proof of stake. So you can actually go to, and I didn't pull it up already, but you can go to neo2gas.com to see what kind of dividends you're earning. So you just type an arbitrary number in here, calculate 1, and today, wow, the dividend's actually really high today, 11%. So the dividend actually depends upon the number of people staking. So it's kind of like a calculation, the number of coins that you are staking divided by the total number of coins being staked on the market times, like 100%. And that is kind of the reward that you get. And today it looks like to be very high. I could imagine that's because a lot of people probably aren't staking their Neo today. I think Neo was up a lot yesterday and today, and people are probably selling it off and not staking it as much. So the staking changes as it does with all coins. So Neo actually looks pretty healthy. However, 11% is pretty high. Usually I see this in somewhere like the 4 to 5, 6, 7% region. Again, this always changes, and this again is one of my top 5 proof of stake coins. You can stake it and earn a nice healthy dividend, and I think this is a future for a lot of coins. And cryptocurrency as a whole, there's a lot of advantages to proof of stake, and as I said, I encourage you to do your own research on just what they are, and maybe it's worthwhile for me to just do a video again on what proof of stake versus proof of work is. But we're going to stick to the coins today. So Neo is obviously one of them. Moving on, let's go back to CoinMarketCap, and we are going to get down to Bitconnect. So Bitconnect I have in my top 5. However, it's not a coin that I'm extremely bullish on. There's nothing proprietary about Bitconnect. I did pull up their chart over here. So they basically have an interesting interest rate and staking mechanism, and that's, I think, what attracts most people. It's almost a little bit pyramid scheme-like, and the growth of the coin really just depends upon how many people are using it and their referral system. So during the first 6 months, from January to June, you get an interest of about 10% per month for staking, which drops down to 8% in the second half of this year. And you can see this chart here. It just shows you the return. So it goes down over time. But again, there's nothing proprietary about Bitconnect. All that's really attractive to them is like I said, just this interest rate. So it's not a coin that I'm extremely bullish on, but a lot of people who got in early have definitely made a handsome profit in a quick amount of time, because like I said, that it's all kind of referral based, and it incentivizes other people to come in and join the system, and your coin goes up. So it's not something that I'm extremely bullish on, but it has an attractive staking mechanism or interest rate. Moving on, we are going to talk about Lisk. Lisk is another proof of stake coin. It is a delegated proof of stake. So in delegated proof of stake, the staking mechanism is it works a little bit different than your traditional proof of stake, where you can actually elect delegates to help with transactions in the blockchain. And they say decentralized proof of stake is actually an upgrade on from proof of stake. And it's unclear. I was unclear exactly how much you get paid for staking Lisk. I believe you have to be. I'm looking at this here. I think you had to acquire. I was going to say a master node, but that does not look like it is the case here with Lisk. There are 101 delegates in Lisk's proof of stake, and we're going to talk a little bit about ARK in a moment, which is very similar. However, they have less delegates, and one Lisk is equivalent to about 33 delegate votes, and your vote is determined again by how much Lisk you have in your wallet. And basically, the yield is based on a couple of different factors: your weight of vote, so the amount of Lisk that you hold, as well as the Lisk delegates pool payout ratio. So you can join these different pools and earn Lisk based upon the structure of the pool. And as you guys all know, Lisk is undergoing some rebranding, but I think a lot of that was priced in already from August. So if I go in and I look here at the chart, we saw that big run up because of the announcement of the rebranding, very similar to Neo. They're rebranding over the course of, I guess it's a couple of months really. I think this whole month of September and October, they're going sort of that transition phase right now. But it is one of the coins, even if you don't hold on to it to stake it, it's actually a project that I really like. For the long term, I love to have my hands on a lot of the platforms. They've all done very well. They are, if you just go back to CoinMarketCap, a lot of the top 10, 15, 20 coins are all platforms, because they house and accommodate a lot of the cryptocurrencies that are built on top of them. And they have all done very well, and it's hard to say which ones will succeed and which ones won't. In fact, I know Ethereum is widely respected as the best platform out there, but there are actually things in my eyes that are a bit better than Ethereum. Now, Ethereum definitely has a lot of the infrastructure built, and they're moving to develop themselves to actually become proof of stake. So as I mentioned, proof of stake is an upgrade in my eyes from proof of work, and Ethereum is moving to proof of stake. It's currently proof of work, and they're prepping themselves to move to proof of stake because they're aware of that and some of the scaling issues that come alongside having a proof of work method. And so that's something to keep in mind. In my eyes, there are other coins out there that are better, and Lisk is just one of them. They do things a little bit differently, so they allow people to code in Java and JavaScript, which is obviously a program. You can have kids working out of their basement working on Java-related applications. So Lisk is a coin that I like, both even if you don't stake it for the long term. Mate, firstly, great to connect to you. You know your SHT beyond proof of stake. Thoughts in the better consensus protocols of DBFT, Neo, and LFT Icon. So Icon I know is a new coin. I haven't looked a lot into Icon. A lot of the ICOs I don't really touch. I stay away from them for the most part. Obviously, there are coins that will definitely make it, but I think the risk to reward ratio is definitely not worth it on a lot of ICOs. They are all a gamble. Do you expect more news in September for OMG? So OMG, something to watch out for is their mainnet has yet to launch. Their mainnet is they're very hush-hush. So they have a parent company called Omisego, and they're not really as hype or news-driven as a lot of these other projects are, because a lot of the other projects don't have the customer base already that Omisego has. And I know that they're firmly working on developing different parts of their roadmap right now. And their mainnet is yet to launch anytime. It could be anytime. They're very hush hush on it. It could be this week, could be next week. I suspect it will be in the next couple of months before the end of the year. There really is no release date. So Omisego is something that personally I hold on to for the long term. And who knows when the next big news announcement will come. As I said, they're working hard. They're just not very news driven. And when they do drop news, the price will rise. But they're not, dropping leaks here and there like, hey, our mainnet's set to launch, next week. So when it happens, and look forward to it. But moving on, I think we discussed the first three: Neo, Bitconnect, Lisk, and my fourth and one of my favorites actually is Qtum. So Qtum is having their mainnet. Their mainnet launched a couple of weeks ago, and they have yet to complete the token swap. So the tokens that they distributed in the ICO were launched off the Ethereum platform. They were basically just placeholders until the Qtum mainnet has launched. The mainnet has already launched, and the token swap will take place on October 4th. That process is manual or automatic, depending upon if you have your wallet or your money in the exchange or a personal wallet. When they are launched, there hasn't been any official news on what that percentage or staking is going to look like. But again, it will depend upon how many people are staking. So the less people are staking, the more reward you're going to get. And it looks like for the time being, from everything I read, it looks like it's going to be similar to Neo, around 4 to 5%. Again, there is no official word, but I just read a lot of stuff on the internet. I've passed, sort of had brief passings with Brett and Jordan, the co-founders of Qtum. And just from everything that I can gather and from reading their white paper, it sounds like it'll be similar to Neo, around 4 to 5%. But again, this number is due to fluctuation, or can certainly fluctuate. Waves is my number 5. So Waves is another platform. It's very popular in Russia. I believe their team is from Russia. So Russia is very open and keen on cryptocurrencies. They have been well spoken. However, they are not one of the bigger players in the game. As far as cryptocurrency goes, we have things like China, the US, Korea, Japan. I think all of them are much bigger than Russia. However, it is good to see a country out there that's being, that enjoys cryptocurrency and is, in the scene, and it is well respected. And for that reason alone, I like Waves. Again, it is another platform, and it's difficult to say which platform out there is the best. It's also a decentralized exchange, which is the future in my eyes as far as cryptocurrency goes. Kyber out there is being talked about so much right now, and I think Kyber's great. BitShares is also another proof of stake token, which I also think is good. I didn't place it inside of my top 5, but it is a fantastic decentralized exchange. Again, I think this is the future. We're having a lot of discussions and privacy concerns with the exchanges holding your money, them going down, especially with the ones in China. And decentralized exchanges are 100% the future. And it's difficult to say which ones will remain on top. The things I like about Kyber is the fact that Vitalik is attached or associated with the project. And so moving on, I think I listed so far, what did I say? I said Neo, I said Bitconnect, I said Lisk, Qtum, and Waves. And I actually went outside of my top 5 because ARK would definitely be inside of my top 5. I kind of just went down this list here and listed the first 5 proof of stake coins that caught my eye. But ARK is actually definitely inside of my top 5, offering somewhere around 6 to 7% return on investment. It is also a delegated proof of stake, very similar to Lisk. They have, however, less delegates. I believe it's 51. And ARK has a really cool concept. They're sort of bridging that whole scene of cryptocurrency and bringing it, in my eyes, helping to adopt it mainstream. They are able to do basically atomic swaps on different chains, and what they have is basically these listeners or exchanges behind them. And when you convert to, say, ARK, for example, to Ethereum, they kind of have these listeners, which are basically like exchanges, which kind of sit in the background and make that swap happen automatically. So you can send, for example, ARK to your Ethereum address and receive Ethereum. You don't have to do any conversion to, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum. And that whole idea is really attractive in my eyes. And again, I think I personally I don't have enough ARK to stake at this moment. ARK is something that I bought, I don't know, way back when in May or June, and it has just held on to it, and it wasn't something that I did full research on at the time, but it's something I really like now after doing more research. But it was something that a recent run-up after run-up after run-up, it just wasn't something that I wanted to get in on. It's not something that I never looked to buy on the green. And when I saw this chart, it looks great, and I'm sure a lot of people jumped on, and maybe you made some money, but it just wasn't the best time in my eyes personally to invest. Usually you always see a big pullback, and now is actually not a bad time at all to buy ARK. After seeing that drop, we saw at our peak, what we were around $4. Now we're around $3, so about a 25% pullback. So definitely a more attractive time. That was one thing that stopped me. How many ARK, Natalie, do you need in order to stake ARK? I am not positive if there's a minimum requirement or not. Again, I don't personally stake ARK just because I don't have enough yet, I think, in my eyes, to warrant staking it. But it's definitely something that I would like to look more into. And I know it's something that in our group, in the Moon Lounge, ARK is definitely an attractive investment that a lot of people have been talking about. And we may take the plunge and decide to basically do our next report on ARK and that whole staking mechanism, how you do it, how you get set up. Because, again, I'm not personally familiar with it. I don't have enough ARK to stake, but it's something that I would like to pick up and talk more about. A couple of other projects that I didn't get a chance to talk about. I did lightly touch here on BitShares. BitShares is another proof of stake token where I believe you have to someone can quote me if I'm wrong. You have to have a node to be able to start staking with BitShares. That is, I'm not sure at the moment. And there's also Stratus. So Stratus uses C# as their programming language. What are your thoughts on RADS? RADS, I do not know what RADS is at the moment. Let me take a look, see if it's on CoinMarketCap. Radium. It looks pretty new. I think I've heard of it. I haven't taken a look. It is on Bittrex and Poloniex. That's pretty good. I'd have to take a further look at it. I'm not very familiar with RADS at the moment. But Stratus is another proof of stake coin that I did want to mention. There's a calculator on Stratus Pool, so you have to join a pool to be able to, I believe, hold a master node. And you can basically join these pools if you don't have enough Stratus to join or create a master node. I think the minimum to create a node or a master node on Stratus is 250,000 Stratus, which obviously isn't possible for a lot of people given its current price. Stratus is around $5 right now. Let me just double check. Stratus is $4.37. So if you wanted to create a node of 250, 1, 2, 3 times 4, what is that? 437, 4.37. You need to have over $1 million to be able to create a master node. But what you can do is actually lease portions of your Stratus or all of it and send that to someone who is willing to create a master node, essentially. And there's a calculator here online, very similar to the Neo calculator, where you can type in the amount of Stratus that you're looking to stake, and it tells you what you earn. And from doing the calculations, it is around 1.46% per year. So if we drop this to 100, the return is 1.46 Stratus a year. So a small return in my eyes, 1.46. So not one of my top 5 as far as proof of stake tokens go. If you're looking at the the whole staking mechanism. And I believe that rounds it out for me personally for the top 5. So let me guys know what your thoughts are. Leave in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think are some of your favorite proof of stake coins. I'll try to answer some of your questions. What do you think about Dogecoin? Dogecoin was really just created behind the whole meme Dogecoin. It really has nothing fundamental behind it. So please stay away from a Dogecoin. Do I know about the 1,000 Ethereum min when Casper kicks in? Vitalik said himself. Stratus master node, 250,000. That's a lot. Yes. So initially there is a 1,000 Ethereum minimum to begin staking in Ethereum, which is a lot, and I think definitely going to detract to some people and disable some people from being able to actually stake Ethereum. Now, I do know that Vitalik is aware of this issue, and they are working on something that can help with this issue. And I think in the future, people holding any amount of Ethereum will be able to stake. So yes, that is unfortunate in the beginning, but I did read somewhere that they are hoping to change that and work on that. What's a poor person's best bet? So a poor person's best bet is stick to the coins that have fundamental basis and strong, and I mean regardless of if poor or not, I always stress going in on the safe coins, but it's not worth it to just take a shot in the dark hoping for the best. Stick to your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, Qtum, Neo, Monero, Litecoin, a lot of these tokens that are strong that I think will be here over the next several months and years, and you can count on having a return on your money. Something that I actually wanted to share with you guys. So anyone that comments on this video below and offers, your favorite, tell me what your favorite proof of stake token is, we'll be offering up 1 seat for the Moon Lounge next month, and I'll select someone at random who comments on this video to win that spot. So anyone that's not familiar with the Moon Lounge, it is a spot or an opportunity where you can see all of our trading calls on a day in and a day out basis. It's really a community where, I don't know, we foster a great investment mindset. We share reports, documents. We have a team of researchers. You get access to me and my partner who have a little bit different mindsets when it comes to investing. We're around the clock 24/7 to be able to answer questions. We take group calls several times a month where we record them and view them or show them to you guys if you weren't able to join and participate in the calls. It's a great opportunity. You can join using this link here or in the link below, the Moon Lounge right here, or you can email me at cryptosomniac@gmail.com for questions on that. And again, anyone who comments on this video will be giving up a free seat for tomorrow, and we'll select someone at random. And yeah, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Irish girl. Please give this video a thumbs up. And we will actually be on here later tonight. My partner and I are starting a new series called, I'm not sure what we're calling it yet, to be honest, but what we're doing is we're going to group all the coins into different categories and basically give out awards or trophies to them and select which ones we think are best. So we have several groups that we separated a lot of these coins in. I think we went through the top 250 or so cryptocurrencies and grouped them into like I said, things like privacy, platforms, etc. So look forward to that. And what else? I think that pretty much covers it. So check us out on Facebook. We have a large group of community, a large group of members there. And we do live videos there a lot. What else? I don't think I gave away free cryptocurrency for yesterday's video. I can't even remember what my yesterday's video was. Oh, the bear bull market. That is right. So let's give away some free cryptocurrency to one lucky person, bear or bull. I have to find the video. We have 17 shares, and we'll also go to Twitter, and we'll also open up my random number generator that I use, random number generator, to pick someone from Facebook or Twitter. So 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter. Today is 1 for Facebook, and I think I said 17 shares, so we will pick a number between people who shared this. Some posts. Why can I not see anyone who shared this? This is interesting. And 10 more shared. What am I doing wrong? Why can't I see that today? 17 shares. Usually I pick this every day or do this every day. Does this one work? 3 shares. So that one works. So that's interesting. I'm not sure why I can't see who shared this. How about we just go with the persons who liked it? That's unfortunate. I don't know why that's not working. We'll pick someone from the person, one of the 13 people that liked the video. I'm unsure why I can't see people that shared it today. Number 3. So, Olivia Williams. We will tag you once this video is over. In fact, let me just do it right now before I forget. Let's snip her name out. Snip. And we'll go back to the discussion. I paste that in. Tag Olivia Williams. Yesterday's free cryptocurrency winner. Privately message me, please. And that's all. That's all you have to do. So, I think that's going to wrap it up here for today, guys. Thank you all for listening in. Please tell me what your favorite proof of stake coin is in the comments below, and we'll give you a free spot to the Moon Lounge tomorrow, one of you guys at random. And we will be back this evening. Look forward to our first video in our series coming up later tonight. And thank you all. So remember, stay a crypto somniac. And remember, the rich never sleep.